We brought you into the cloud.
Software is totally superfluous.
Led you through mobile. Through social. We pioneered predictive AI for CRM. Now we enter a new era together, where we unlock experiences that were once the stuff of dreams. And while AI has forever changed our world, we need to ask more of AI and build trust into every experience, making sure no one gets left behind. All of this so we can connect with customers in a whole new way. Say hello to the new Salesforce. Reimagined for an AI-first world, with trust at its core. Calling all TrAIlblazers. Join us, because business will never be the same.
Please welcome CEO, UK and Ireland Salesforce, Zara Baralaloumi, CBE.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to World Tour London. It's such a pleasure to have you here today. Welcome to those of you in the room. Welcome to those of you online. And I have to say, the energy in here, I love the energy. I love the buzz. You're amazing. You're bringing amazing spirit to this. And I'm not surprised. And why am I not surprised? Because you are all trailblazers. You are all leaders, you're pioneers within your own organizations, bringing innovation, you're bringing transformation into every industry and every sector. Now, have a look at the screen. You can see, what can you see? You can see the A and the I illuminated. And that's because today, here, right now, at World Tour London, this is AI Day. We are here to motivate you, we're here to inspire you, we're here to educate you. But what are we here most importantly to do? We are here to thank you. Thank you very much to our brilliant customers, our partners, our trailblazers, and our communities. Thank you also to our MVPs, our most valuable persons. I can see a number of you in here. I'm loving the golden hoodie show here, by the way. I see you here. Thank you so much. And if you are here for the first time, who's here for the first time? Hands up. Wow, thank you. A very, very warm welcome to you. You are in for such a treat. Why? Because this is our largest ever World Tour London. This is our largest World Tour London yet, and I'm sure we can build upon this. We've got a jam-packed day for you. We've got inspiring sessions. We've got over 80 content sessions. We've got 50 demos. We're going to wow you because your AI journey starts here. Your AI-first journey starts here. We've got inspiring customer stories, stories of success from amazing brands like Santander, Aston Martin, Formula One, and Heathrow. You are not going to want to miss a second. But don't worry, fear not, I got you. Because if you miss anything, you can catch it up on Salesforce Plus. Here at Salesforce, we've been on such an incredible journey. When this company was founded, it introduced a new technology model, it introduced a new business model, and it introduced a new philanthropic model. And that's what our 1-1-1 model is all about. Dedicating 1% of our time, 1% of our product, and 1% of our equity into giving back. And to date, globally, we have been able to give back $621 million to nonprofit organizations and NGOs. This fly likes me. I'm tasty. Our inspiring employees have accomplished 8.1 million hours of volunteering time. Can we just give them a quick round of applause? That is incredible. And 54,000 non-profit organizations and NGOs are running on our services for free. And I am so delighted that today we can build upon that with some organizations a little bit closer to home. We're working with organizations such as Motivares, 2 to 3 Degrees, Sister System, Urban Synergy, and 2020 Change, all here in the UK and Ireland. And they are working tirelessly within our communities to bring a difference, to make a difference, and to bring about the change that we really want to see. So to those companies, I salute you. We thank you. We're so proud of you, and we are so honored to be working alongside you and to be able to support you. The best thing about the 111 model is that we've inspired 17,000 organizations to join us on this journey. That's truly incredible. I really hope, in fact, all of us here at Salesforce hope, that today you can experience our culture, you can experience our values. And today, here in the campground, I'm pleased to be able to share that we are giving back to a charity that is very close to my heart, and that is the Positive Youth Foundation. This charity aims to raise the aspirations and the life chances of young people who are facing really challenging circumstances not of their own making. And this charity does that through advocacy, through education, and consulting skills. I think I hear a couple of them here, which is brilliant. So please do go out to the campground, go and check them out. I promise you'll be inspired and you will be motivated to really help. I promise you. Now, we're in the UK, right? We're here in the UK. We're proud to be here in the UK. It is a global technology hub. It is also a priority market for us at Salesforce globally. And for this reason, I'm very honored to share an important announcement. We will be investing $4 billion into the UK business over the next 5 years to fuel AI innovation, customer success, and growth. And I'm delighted to be able to share that with you today. That is a hot announcement off the press. You all should be scared now because I'm starting to walk and I may pick on a few people. And we are proof that we can do well and we can do good. And our employees, our leaders, they do so much. They do so much to drive customer success and to drive our customers forward. They drive our customer relationships forward, especially with the amazing innovation and technology that you are about to see. Yes, you are going to see lots of innovation today, especially you. Especially you. Lots of innovation today. But nobody 24 years ago could have predicted that we would be here today. And off the back of so much fantastic growth. We could not have imagined we would experience this. And we have just experienced a really strong quarter. We've delivered $8.25 billion worth of revenue. We're on track this year to deliver almost $35 billion worth of revenue and at 28% margin. We are leaders. We are leaders in philanthropy, we are leaders in innovation, and we are leaders in culture. And I am so proud to be able to share that we are ranked one of the top places to work, both in the UK and in Ireland. And we enjoy that position very, very consistently in the top 3. And all of this while being one of the fastest growing enterprise software companies in the world. And I'm also able to share with you, and this makes me very proud to share that we are a 100% net zero organization. And we are determined and dedicated to helping as many organizations accelerate their journey to net zero. Here at Salesforce, hopefully you know this, but our values drive everything. They drive how we show up, how we live, and how we work within our companies and our communities. They guide everything. They guide our decisions. From trust to customer success, to innovation, to equality, and to sustainability. Trust and innovation. They are the two most fundamental and important values that guide our work with generative AI. And it is trust at the very forefront of this technology, and we are at the heart of that. AI fuels our primary vision here at Salesforce to help you connect with your customers in a whole new way with trust at its very foundation. What does that really mean? What does that mean? Hello, Ed.
Hello.
What it means is that we want to help you harness this new technology with trust. We want to help you navigate these new challenges, and we want to help you drive customer success, because that's ultimately what we're all here in business to do, right? So, to that end, let's just have a recap of where our AI capabilities are today. We're not new to AI. This is not our first rodeo. In fact, we have been pioneering AI for CRM with Salesforce Einstein for nearly a decade. It's our native AI embedded within our platform, and it today drives over 1 trillion predictions a week for our customers. There is no other organization on the planet that does as much as we do with customer relationship management and AI. This is Einstein. This is AI for CRM. And all of this innovation starts with investment in world-class talent. That's your researchers, that's your data engineers, that's your data scientists. We've invested in our AI in-house research, and to date, we have 227 AI research papers published, and we have 300 patents. We've acquired exciting new AI innovation with organizations like RelateIQ and Prediction.io. From building Einstein to creating new technologies like auto feature engineering, auto feature selection, auto model selection. We could see where the future was headed, and we knew that we needed to invest heavily into large language models, or LLMs for short, as some of you might know. And for all the developers here in the room, where are my developers? Where are my admins? Where are my developers? Show me your hands. Well, for you, we have not many. Well, that makes you even more special, because you know what? We have 5 large language models, and we have created 2 transformer libraries. We are so proud to offer you not just the world's #1 CRM, but the world's #1 AI CRM. We have brought AI into every app, every layer of our platform, every single workflow, and all with trust and security and privacy and scale and ethics at its very core. And across sales and service and marketing and commerce, we're already helping customers maximize their return on investment, accelerate their time to value, and really accelerate their innovation with our low-code and our no-code capabilities. Our whole organization has pivoted to ensure that we are a leader in this technology in our industry. Now, there is absolutely no doubt whatsoever that generative AI will change everything. This is the technology of our lifetime, and it is coming at us faster than anything we've ever seen before. Just to put that into context, it took only 2 months for ChatGPT to acquire 100 million users. We've never seen the speed of that technology adoption ever before. It is the fastest growing consumer app of our time right now. And what does that mean? That means we're now in a new cycle of innovation. We now all need to be thinking AI first. Every business needs an AI strategy. And I talk to so many leaders, and they're all so excited. They're excited. They can see the benefits. They can see the horizon. They can see the future. But guess what? They're cautious. They're very cautious. And why is that? Well, because there is an AI trust gap. Every company wants to embrace this. In fact, in many, it is the #1 priority. But your customers are not so eager. And that's because less than half of them trust companies with their data. And herein lies the challenge. Data is the foundation of AI. If you remember one thing today, data is the foundation of AI. And when we talk about things like privacy, hallucinations, data control, bias, toxicity, I'm not talking about a night out in London. I am talking about real technical things that are happening within these large language models. I'm talking about real things, right? We all want to move forward. We all want to embrace the productivity gains, the benefits. We can see them, but we have to do so with trust. And today, we hope to close this trust gap because we are in a new era of trust. And so, it delights me to be able to bring you AI Cloud. Everyone say hello to AI Cloud. I almost had a cheer. I had a silent woo. Thank you. Say hello to AI Cloud. This is our trusted enterprise AI for CRM, and it all starts with our Einstein, our trusted Einstein GPT layer. And this allows our applications to harness the power of generative AI with trust and privacy for your most sensitive customer and business data. And so many of our customers are preparing for this, and they are getting ready. They're getting their data organized. And our data cloud is our fastest growing cloud ever for this reason. And we know you are going to want to deal with and have multiple large language models, both inside Salesforce and outside Salesforce. And so for this reason, our open ecosystem will allow you to do just that. So to hear more about this, I want you to stamp your feet and give a huge round of applause for my brilliant friend and colleague, Patrick Stokes.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, London. Thrilled to be here. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's walk through exactly how we're going to do this at Salesforce and how AI Cloud is going to work. Now, to do that, we're going to get started with the question that I hear from all of you all of the time. How do I trust generative AI? Or perhaps more importantly, how do I achieve the productivity gains from generative AI while protecting my most important asset, my data and my customers' data? Well, today, we kind of know how to do this because we know where all of our data is. Our data is stored in databases, it's stored in files, it's stored in spreadsheets. And what all of these things have in common is they have an inherent sense of location. We put data in a particular database. Within that database, we're choosing the table. We're choosing the field where we want to put that data. If it's going to a file, we're choosing where the file is, et cetera. There's a location to it. And on top of that location, we're able to install access controls, permissions, right? So I can say that this particular gentleman in my organization can have access to this piece of information in this field, but this gentleman cannot because I don't trust him, right? So on top of that, we can install all of the kind of data governance with a little bit of data residency that we need. We're able to control how our data is recalled or how it's accessed. But in AI, that's completely different. In large language models, that's different because our data isn't really stored, it's learned. And that's a very different concept. Let me give you an example. If I asked everyone in the room today what an apple is, you'd probably all be able to raise your hand and tell me exactly what an apple is. But if I asked you to point to the location in your brain where the data about an apple is stored, you wouldn't be able to do that. And that's because you don't store data about an apple in particular. Instead, what you're doing is your brain is learning properties about an apple, and you're collectively taking all of those properties and using that to identify an apple. So for example, you know that an apple is round. You know that an apple grows on trees. You know that an apple is red, but sometimes apples are green. It's this collection of different properties and different patterns that you bring together that define what an apple is. But because of that, there is no one location that we can point to kind of create those data access controls. So what are we going to do? How are we going to solve that problem? Well, the good news is Salesforce has been fixing and solving problems like this for the better part of 20 years, helping enterprises use their data while also protecting it. 20 years ago, or a little more than 20 years ago, you came to us and said, I can't possibly move my entire business into the cloud. I need to be able to protect my data, and the only way to do that is to keep everything on premise. And we said, no, we can help you. We introduced multi-tenancy in our core sharing model, and we showed you how you can put all of the permissions and access controls on your data to protect it. Not long after, in 2016, when we made our first foray into AI with Einstein and started building predictive models, we showed you how we can train those models without ever blending customer data across customers, because your data is your product, it's not ours. And today we're doing the exact same thing with generative AI. But how are we doing it? Well, it all starts with a prompt. Now, a prompt is just a question. It's the question that we're going to ask the LLM or ask the AI. And you've probably all done this before. If you've opened up ChatGPT, you've had this experience. You ask it a question. Well, the quality of the response that you're going to get is directly correlated to the quality of the question. So let's pretend I am an investment manager and I'm inviting my client Lauren to discuss some of our investment services. If I'm a salesperson, this might be something that I have to do a couple dozens, maybe a couple hundred times a day. It's going to take a lot of time. So I'd like to be able to improve that workflow by getting a generated email for me. So I'm going to ask a large language model, and I'm going to get a generation, a response back, a generated email. And this email is two things at the exact same time. First, it's pretty amazing. It's incredible what a large language model can return from very little, a simple prompt, I'd like you to write me an email, and it kind of understands some context from that, and I'm able to get this pretty impressive email. But the second thing that this email is it's entirely unusable. And it's unusable because there's no context here. It doesn't understand my business. It doesn't understand my products. It doesn't understand my customer. This kind of looks like the emails we all get in LinkedIn recruiting messages, right? Just not very usable, not something I am likely to reply to. So how do we fix this? Well, we fix it by adding more context, by writing a better prompt, more context about our business. And the good news is Salesforce has a ton of context about your business across your CRM, across sales, service, commerce, marketing, across data cloud. We know how your business runs. We know your products. We know your customers. We know your workflow, all of the metadata around your workflows, all of that engagement data streaming in. Data cloud today is processing over 30 trillion transactions per month. So what if we could connect all of that data to the large language model? Now, I know what you're thinking. What you're thinking is probably, great, yes, I need to train a model. I need to train that model to understand my business so that I get better responses. But that's the trick. You don't actually need to train the model. You just need to go back to that prompt. So what if instead of a simple prompt, like I'm an investment manager, what if we started adding some context? So let's add some context about me. I'm Patrick Stokes. I'm an investment manager at Cumulus Bank. Not really, I wouldn't get away with these shoes, but let's pretend I am. Let's add a little bit of information about my business, about my customer, Lauren Bailey. She's been a customer for 7 years. Let's add some real-time data, right? Have you all seen how large language models, they're only trained up to date data that's about a year old? So we can add real-time data to this. Now, if we add all of this into our prompt, we're gonna get a much, much better response, but we have two problems, two things we need to solve first. First, we have PII data in there. So we need to mask that. We don't want that personally identifiable data about Lauren going back into the model. We don't want that to be learned, so we're going to mask that. The second problem that we have with this data is that there's a tremendous amount of customer kind of company data in here. But let's take a look at our generated email. So dear Lauren Bailey, we've got now an email that is incredibly usable. I can take this and immediately start using it. If I could do this a couple hundred times a day, this would dramatically improve my workflow as a salesperson. But remember that second problem. I've got a bunch of information about my business here that I kind of want to protect. I need to know where that's going. And with that, we're excited to launch the Einstein GPT Trust Layer. The Einstein GPT Trust Layer is going to create separation. It separates your access control data that you need to have in Data Cloud, in your CRM, in your documents, and it's going to enable you to securely blend all of the context found there into a prompt in order to get a generative response from a large language model in a safe way where we can continue to control the recall. And it's going to do that using a number of methods: secure data retrieval, dynamic grounding, masking, which we just saw, and a few more. And let's just take a look at exactly how that works. So follow with me, follow the flow of the magical things there. We'll call that data. Follow the flow of that, and you'll notice we start down in our CRM apps. So you may have been looking before, and you may have noticed that that prompt that we wrote, that was a pretty long prompt. In fact, it was longer than the email itself, right? So you don't want your users writing prompts that take longer to write than the email that we want to get generated. Well, the good news is you're not going to have to. Salesforce is going to create those prompts for you. That's the magic of how this will work. Those prompts will be generated. We're going to blend in all of that data. And so it starts from our CRM app. So imagine we were in our Sales Cloud app looking at an opportunity and we wanted to generate an email and just being able to click a button. That button is going to take the prompt and it is going to securely retrieve data. It's going to retrieve that data from your CRM, from Data Cloud. You can go to external systems via MuleSoft and securely blend all of that data in a process called dynamic grounding. Then we're going to mask all of the PII data like you saw. And then finally, we're going to send that prompt, that fully compiled prompt, out to a large language model via our secure gateway. Now, hold on to that secure gateway thought for just a moment, but we're going to hit a large language model. We're going to have our response. Our prompt has now turned into a generation, and we're going to start our path back to our application. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the response for toxicity, make sure that there's nothing toxic in it, nothing biased in it, and then we're going to create a bit of an audit trail. So we're going to audit, we're going to take some metadata about what the prompt was, who the user was, what the context was, and we're going to store some auditability of that. And then finally, we're going to take that generated response and hand it back to our application. So the user experience isn't writing a prompt, it's clicking a button. This all happens transparently, and the user just gets a perfectly usable email ready to go. Now, let's think back to that secure gateway just for a moment, because it was really important for us to build this in an open way. Because many large language models will need to be used depending on the use case that we're using. But what's also important is customers will want to deploy large language models in different ways because they may have certain data residency concerns, which I know in this market is obviously a huge concern. So there's three ways to do that. The first is with our shared trust architecture, which is a way to access large language models across the internet. And we've pioneered this with our incredible partner, OpenAI, where we are hitting their secure gateway and we're able to travel across the internet and ask their amazing large language models for a response without ever having any of your customer data leave Salesforce. But you can also host models inside of Salesforce. So if you want to bring those models directly into Salesforce and host them in our private VPC, you can do that as well. And then finally, if you're already making investments on your own models, you can host those models in your own infrastructure in our BYOM capability and connect them via Amazon SageMaker and Vertex AI. So 3 different deployment strategies. Okay. So we want to show you how this comes to life a little bit, and I'm going to speed up because I'm supposed to be over there in just a second. And we are going to show you how to build these prompts, how Salesforce is building these prompts, and how you all can build these prompts as well. And to do that, I'm going to introduce our VP of Engineering from the team who's been putting all of this together, Sarah Aroney, to walk you through how it works. Sarah.
Thanks, Patrick. Hey, everyone. Excited to be here. So Patrick just showed us the power of these prompts to generate highly relevant content. But he also showed us that it's time-consuming to get those prompts right. Mm-hmm. So what if rather than having your users create prompts in the flow of work, they were created for them? What if every admin were a prompt engineer? Well, today, we're so excited to share with you Prompt Studio. All right, with Prompt Studio, every admin is an expert at prompt engineering. That means you can create prompts and make them available to your users anywhere in Salesforce. All right, Patrick, should we show them this live demo?
Yeah, let's see it. The admin part, that sounded interesting. Let's see it.
I agree, it's fascinating.
Yep.
All right, so here we are in Prompt Studio, and we can view any of the prompt templates that we've created and of course edit them. But let's create a new one. So right here, you can choose from the prompt template type and where you want it surfaced. We've done a lot of the heavy lifting for you, so this is pretty easy. So we can choose email so that we can help generate an email to send to your customers. Field population, so we can help generate content for a field, for example, a description. And sidebar, so we can surface actions to users, for example, which leads to focus on. Now again, it's all highly extensible, so you can surface them in Apex and in Flow. All right, let's choose email. And we're going to go ahead and name this prompt template. So we're going to write an outreach email, and we'll create a description for it as well. So next, we're going to click Create, and that's going to take us right into the next step, where we're able to modify this prompt template to fit the needs of our business. So some simple things on the right-hand side here. We'll have configuration, language, style. You can even select your LLM provider. But of course, the real magic is in that prompt email template that we're going to create. So it's pretty easy to create something because we've done a lot of the heavy work. And this way you can generate the response that you want from our trust layer. So why don't we go ahead and get started with doing that? So one of the most magical things about Prompt Studio is it has access to your metadata. That means that you can ground your prompts in the data in CRM. So for example, here we have user and we have our contact. It's also integrated with Data Cloud. So you can select, for example, the preferred order delivery method for your contact. All right, Patrick, we have to test before we go live, and you can also do that right here in Prompt Studio. So we can select a record from the dropdown. First thing we'll see on the left is that grounded prompt. So we can verify that all the data comes from Andrea. All right, I'm pretty excited about the next bit of magic, which is actually seeing what Einstein GPT gives us when we send the prompt across. Click Generate, here we go. Boom, check it out. Einstein GPT has generated a response for us. It is relevant to the user and to the contact, and we see that it's received a harmless toxicity rating. I mean, this is amazing. Every admin is now a pro at prompt engineering.
What I love about this is it's not just like saying write an email, it's giving an entire set of instructions, right? So what if I wanted it to give me a response in the tone of my brand? Could I just instruct it to do that?
Absolutely. It's all about this prompt template, what you want to bring in, how you want to ground it.
And then we can just attach these to buttons and flows anywhere in the platform.
Exactly. The next step is so simple. All you do, click Activate, boom, and it's available to your users to generate those outreach emails.
That's incredible. Amazing. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right. So we ended that. I think that was awesome, but we ended it on a bit of a cliffhanger, which is we hit that activate button, right? And we're like, but where did it go? Where did that prompt go? Well, where it went is into our applications. And that's because AI Cloud is driving productivity across your entire company. Productivity for any workflow, for the salespeople that we've been talking about, for creating knowledge responses in service, for creating landing pages for you in marketing, or writing product descriptions for you in commerce, really anywhere, for helping you explore your data in Tableau. So to show you how all of this starts to come to life, how those prompts start to be used across the platform, I'm excited to welcome Ansar Ahmed to show you exactly how it works. Ansar?
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a nice welcome. Thank you. So it's my privilege to speak to customers like you all every day. And everyone I speak to is really excited about generative AI. But do you know what really gets them out of their seats with excitement? It's generative AI and the workflows that they use and rely on. So now Sarah, who we just met a few minutes ago, and I are going to take you through 3 of our favorites from sales, service, and productivity. But before we start, can I just ask you just to raise your hands if you work in sales? Come on, let me see those hands raised. Now, don't be shy. I don't know salespeople to be particularly shy and retiring types. Let me see those hands. Okay, cool. Now, if you raise your hand, you might just want to reach under your seat and see if there's a golden envelope with a prize. Let me see you reach under. Come on, Em. No? Few people are? Okay, I'm only kidding. There isn't an envelope under your seat. Sorry. I just wanted to have a bit of fun. No, just get you moving a little bit. And if you did find a golden envelope, that was probably from last year's show. So it's probably expired by now. Anyway, okay. So, Sarah, are we ready to go? Should we start? Amazing. So let's start with sales. So sales reps spend day in and day out communicating with customers and prospects over email. But crafting personalized outreach emails, it's tedious, can be time consuming. Let's face it, it can also be really hard, getting that tone right. But with Einstein GPT now part of that sales user experience, they get the assistance they need to write those follow-up emails. And that prompt builder that Sarah just showed us a few minutes ago is surfaced as a simple button that the sales rep can use to write that outreach email. So over to you, Sarah.
What I love about this is how simple it is for the sales users and how powerful it is behind the scenes. Every request goes through our trust layer, so you know your data is secure and it's never retained outside of Salesforce.
Amazing. Thank you, Sarah. But still what else sales reps spend their days doing is talking to the customers over the phone. And you know what they hate doing is writing those call summaries. We can't stand it. It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, they have to do it in their evenings, their weekends, their personal time. We've all experienced that. But with Einstein GPT now part of that daily workflow, when a call is finished, it's automatically transcribed, then summarized into its action items, purpose, and the key moments discussed. So now sales reps can spend their time talking to customers and closing deals and worry a whole lot less about managing all of the admin. So we've seen what a game changer Einstein GPT is for sales, but what about service? So we want to show all the service peeps in the room and online some love too. So let's head over to service now, Sarah. So service reps are passionate about amazing customer service, and they want to improve those resolution times. And every minute they spend looking at knowledge articles, searching for product recommendations, is a minute less from helping another customer. But with Einstein GPT now part of that flow of work for every service agent, when they're now having a call with a customer, they're automatically recommended responses that are personalized to that customer. And as those conversations go on as well, they're assisted with recommendations and next best offers without the need to search for what's new in the product catalog. And the service agent stays in control. It's up to them whether they accept or decline those recommendations. Actually, I think, Sarah, you might be a little bit responsible for this.
Yeah, so Next Best Action has been a hit with our customers since we first introduced it years ago. Combining generated responses alongside predictive product recommendations is such a time saver to our service agents, and of course, makes for happy customers.
Yeah, I'm a real sucker for a next best offer. The amount of times I've been upsold to premium. Now we know who to blame. Hey, Sarah? So let's get back to our service agents. We've still got that case open and their work isn't done. Because even when the case is done and closed, they still have to spend their time summarizing all of their cases. But with Einstein GPT now part of that workflow, that's just a click of a button and that case is then summarized. Super easy, super simple, amazing. So far we've seen what a game changer Einstein GPT is for sales and service. But what about productivity? Well, let's turn our attention to Slack. So we've looked at how productivity is really managed at the individual level. But what if you're bringing a group of users to really come together to help a customer? Well, that's where Slack GPT shines. So if you look up there, that's a case swarming channel inside of Slack. And we've brought together a whole variety of people from across an organization to really focus and solve a customer challenge. But in addition to that, we've also enriched this channel with information from Service Cloud about the case, account details, and the cause of the issue. And it also includes workflow automation that can update that case in an external system such as Jira. But the art and of amazing customer service isn't about finding knowledge. It's also about creating knowledge. And in this case, we've brought all of these experts together. But wouldn't it be amazing if we could just leverage that expertise and bottle it up so it could be used for the benefit of other customers? Well, with Einstein GPT, that's just a click of a button. We can summarize that case swarm and create a new knowledge article that can be used to help other customers. Pretty amazing, hey? So in summary, we've seen what a game changer Einstein GPT is for sales. We've seen how it can transform that customer experience. And finally, we looked at how we can drive productivity and collaboration inside of Slack. Back to you, Patrick.
All right. There you are. All right, buddy. Good to see you. It's always the awkward handshake, no matter how many times you practice it. It's always going to be awkward. All right. So one last concept I want to leave you with, which is something that you've probably seen a little bit before, these LLMs and AI in general. How does it get better? How does it learn? And this is where Salesforce can be a little bit different, we think. You see, most LLMs are learning from usage, right? When you get those responses back from ChatGPT, it might ask you, was this useful? And you give a little thumbs up or thumbs down. We've probably seen some of that experience. But with Salesforce, we can do things a little bit differently because AI Cloud can learn not just from usage, but we can learn from outcomes. So what's better than, did you use this email? Well, what's better is the email helped close a deal, right? What's better than we closed a case, or this response was used in a service interface, it would be if it helped actually get the case closed. Now we can really start to bring that full power, that full feedback loop from beginning to end of Salesforce to bear on how we can start to implement these large language models. So tons of innovation. We are so excited to bring you more and more and more of this over the coming months and years. But for now, we're going to throw it back to the wonderful Zara.
Thank you, Patrick. Give it up for Patrick and Sarah. Didn't they do amazing? They did. And it is incredible. It is truly humbling to see how AI Cloud can really, really impact your businesses for the good, you know, for the people in this room and for the people online. AI Cloud delivers trusted customer success. And I want to show you now a fabulous story of one of our customers and how they, right here in the UK, and how they have delivered trusted customer success with innovation and superior customer experiences. Let's just take a look at this video.
Within the banking world, there is one absolutely golden corporate client, and that is the company which has ambition to grow internationally. If I'm helping that same company with regulation, helping with the shipment, then I'm giving them an end-to-end journey, which crucially, no one else can do.
And we have to be at the front foot of supporting our clients because we work in a competitive world.
The Salesforce platform enables us to uniquely nail this magic trio of AI, data, and CRM.
We've done that with Santander Navigator, and we couldn't have done it without Salesforce's support.
Santander Navigator is a one-stop-shop platform to support businesses to grow internationally. Say we have a vegan bakery looking to get into the UAE for the first time. They have a lot to think about. For instance, the regulations in that market or their labeling in different types of Arabic. We're able to support them at every step of the way. They go through the journey and we'll go through it with them.
The most important thing for us on the platform is to make sure that it is personalized.
You won't be able to do that without AI. AI enables you to scale this up. Working with the Salesforce platform, we are able now to possess a unique, differentiated data set.
That then gives us almost a crystal ball for our relationship teams. This is data that empowers us to be able to truly have a conversation as a partner with that business.
We're not just suggesting products for the sake of suggesting products. We're suggesting products because they need the products, because we know the journeys. And I love that it enables us to be more productive.
So Salesforce is giving us that single source of truth delivered via a hyper-relevant CRM system, which benefits and helps grow both us and, crucially, our clients.
Trust has to be at the core of what we do. We are a bank. We are truly passionate about supporting businesses to grow.
From an AI and automation perspective, we've got Santander Navigator and a greater suite of Salesforce technology. It enables us to not only grow here in the UK, but enable us to connect businesses across the world.
This is about us being future-proof and having that 360 view of what the client needs across that international journey.
It enables us to connect information, to connect partners, to create a great experience for our clients. We need to put the client at the heart of everything we do.
Santander UK. A trailblazing team within a trailblazing customer. And we want to dive a little bit deeper and understand how they've achieved this extraordinary success. And before I bring someone very special to come and talk about it, I just want to let you know, folks, that I told HQ that you were the liveliest, best crowd we've ever had at World Tour. So you cannot let me down here, because I want the most rapturous applause. I want hands and feet and whoops to welcome the Director of Corporate Marketing, Rakaya Jaffrey. Yeah!
Thank you, Zara. Thank you so much. What a great film. And I'm delighted to be here with you all today to share the Santander UK story. Now, Santander UK is using the entire Salesforce Customer 360 to connect with their customers in a whole new way with a foundation of trust. And as you saw in that film, they've created this dynamic platform called Santander Navigator, which guides their businesses through every single step of their international trade journey, and it's all powered by AI Cloud. So let's dive in. Let's have a look and see how Santander UK are creating trusted customer connections by leveraging AI, data, and CRM. But before we do that, let's say a big warm welcome to our demo drivers, Claire and Kirsten. Now, we all know one universal truth, and that is your AI is only as good as your data. But to get a comprehensive data strategy is really hard, because in most organizations, it's split and scattered across lots of different systems. But Santander UK are using Data Cloud to get a real-time single source of truth of their customers. And Data Cloud, it pulls and harmonizes data from sales, service, commerce, and marketing. So you can bring all of that goodness together, and then you can analyze it, and then you can activate it. And I want to spend some time today and tell you how powerful and show you how easy Data Cloud is to configure. So the first thing you have to do when you want to configure Data Cloud is we need to connect your customer data. And to do that, we need to connect your customer systems with out-of-the-box connectors for Salesforce, Google, Amazon, or connect your legacy system with our MuleSoft integration platform. So now you're all good. You're all connected. But hold on, here's the thing. All that data isn't speaking the same language. And that's because when a customer connects with your brand, they can show up as a Gmail address, an IP address, a Twitter account. So you end up with these fragmented profiles. And it becomes impossible for companies to know their customers and what they want and what they need. And we've all experienced this. We've all had this happen to us. So hands up if you keep getting targeted ads for something you've already bought. It's quite a few of us, right? And hands up if you've called customer services and you have to give them all your information again, even though you know they've got that information about you. Exactly, even more. It's not great, and it's not ideal. And this is where Data Cloud comes in, because it harmonizes all your data, because it has pre-built models, it has configurable identity resolution systems, and it can bring all of this together so that you end up with organized, unified, and harmonized real-time profiles. Now you're ready to connect in a meaningful way with your customers. So you've connected and you've harmonized, but now you want to get some insights from this data. Now, normally what you would need to do is build a separate BI tool, build a separate model in a separate BI tool. But you don't have to do this anymore. We've got you. Because this unified real-time data is immediately available in Tableau. No ETL required. How amazing is that? Thank you for that, Whoop. And Santander UK are using Tableau. And to give you a bit of context, normally in organizations, you have a group of data analysts and they're doing all your data analysis, but they have a huge backlog of work. And what ends up happening is only 1/3 of your employees are actually making data-driven decisions. But Santander UK, they've got this. They're using Tableau GPT, which means everyone, not just 1/3 of employees, everyone has access to AI-powered insights from their data. So imagine I work at Santander UK. I could go in and I could ask the question, how did our Santander UK current accounts perform across Europe? And instantly I would get answers, and instantly I could activate and action it. That's pretty incredible, right? Now I want to go back and talk a little bit more about data and AI. And I want to go back to the Santander Navigator website, which is built on Commerce GPT, which means it's personalized for every single customer because it's pulling data from Data Cloud. So it knows your customer journey, it knows your industry, and it knows your business needs. So do you remember Carla from the film, the vegan bakery? Well, it knows that her industry is food and beverages, and it knows her customer journey. So it knows she's interested in this export workshop, which it recommends for her. That is a whole new level of personalization. And I want to talk just lastly about Einstein GPT. These events, this export workshop, there's hundreds of them. Now imagine if you had to go in and write content, meaningful descriptions on all of those events. It would take you ages to do that for every single event. But guess what? You don't have to, because Einstein GPT can do it for you. By pressing a button just like that, all of those descriptions can be filled in. But before you do that, ladies, don't press that button just yet. I want to talk about what's happening behind this button. This is what Sarah demoed. This is the prompt templates. This is the goodness that's going on. So off you go, ladies, press that button, and just like that, all the events have their descriptions filled in. It's pretty incredible. Talk about saving time. And these events, how is that happening? How is this getting populated? Well, Einstein GPT is pulling data from your past events in Salesforce, is pulling data from the public domain. And those prompt templates, they're pulling in your brand guidelines. And I'm a marketer, we love our brand guidelines. And it's bringing all that goodness so that when it gives you that content back, it's in your brand voice. Absolutely amazing. And one last thing. Santander UK is working with customers from all over the world. So all of this now needs to be translated. And this is my favorite bit. I love this bit because English isn't my first language. And the fact that you can translate just like that is absolutely incredible. So just by clicking one button, everything is translated. How incredible is that? And the whole time, I want you to remember that the Einstein GPT trust layer is always on. It's always working. It's masking your sensitive customer data. It's ensuring that your trusted CRM data is never retained outside of Salesforce. And just lastly, let's just jump back in. We're at the website. We can see, look, all the events have their descriptions, and all of them have been translated. It's amazing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Santander UK and every single brand in this room here today can create trusted, connected, personalized customer experiences at scale using AI Cloud. Thank you. Back to you, Zara.
Give it up for Roo! Come on, yes! And our amazing customer, Santander UK. Who is ready to take this innovation into their businesses? Come on, be bold. All right, well, I make myself laugh, 1969 and 1989 may have been the summer of love, but 2023 is the summer of AI. And to help you, for example, we know that generative AI is coming at us so fast, and to help you meet this moment, to help you achieve what you need to achieve, we've got 16 AI first drops coming over the next 3 months this summer. So it really is the summer of AI. And I have to tell you, our whole organization has pivoted to ensure that we can get this technology into the hands of our customers ASAP. But it's not just about the technology. We want you to be AI ready. And that's where our wonderful Trailhead comes in, our free online learning platform to allow Trailblazers to skill themselves up anywhere with great flexibility. And we've got 35 AI badges coming, and at Dreamforce, we've got a generative AI certification coming so that we can create Trailblazers anywhere. Trailblazers, perhaps, like the wonderful Todd Halfpenny. Let's cue the video.
Life was good, I had a nice job, and then there were some organisational changes at work. Life can come at you in a kind of a squiffy way. As soon as you are unhappy, then I think as people, we have the right and we have the power to make those changes.
Todd and I met in London. Such a friendly guy, gets on with everyone, loves everyone, just endlessly positive. He'll always try new things, and he's been learning skateboarding. He's very good at falling over.
In my first weeks, I must have fallen 30 odd times.
Just keep getting up, keep getting up. And I suppose that's kind of his mentality as well, that he won't quit.
So at the time, I was working extremely hard. Work-life balance wasn't right for me. It's very busy and hectic.
When he used to come home, it would be, yes, at 8 o'clock, the kids were either in bed already, or I'd be crying. Let's be honest. It's just really hard, isn't it?
You need to be there for these magical moments with your kids. I thought, this isn't a way that I want my life to travel. I don't think it's the right direction. I was on the phone to my brother. He never answers straight away. Oh, hey, Just. Yeah, no, I just thought I'd call you up to let you know that I've quit my job. Oh, hey, what? So you want me to be a technical architect at your company? No, I don't know what Salesforce is. With Salesforce, once you start opening a door, you can see just how vast the opportunities are and a landscape is. And to be honest, one thing just led to another. Yeah, and I was hooked on it. So at Cadify, my role is to keep an eye on what's happening in the Salesforce platform and in the mobile sphere and make sure that our roadmap is heading in the right direction. Whatever gets thrown at us in a technical world, whether it's AI or the next big thing, we know that there'll be an answer on the platform that we can leverage for ourselves and for our customers. Trailhead is there all the time. It means I can not only go and find reference information, but I can take the hands-on training and actually put into practice what I should be doing. It puts context around the knowledge.
He's a community group leader for, I've lost count of how many events.
Todd is the first person that I met at a live event. Todd really helped me transitioning from my old career into a new and fulfilling job.
Todd is a trailblazer because he epitomizes the community values. If anyone in the community needs help, Todd's there in a heartbeat.
Just so proud of where he's got to and what kind of a legacy he's creating.
For me, being a trailblazer is about making the most of the spaces and the opportunities that we've got, and then providing those spaces and opportunities for other people to follow. I'm Todd Halfpenny, and I'm a trailblazer.
Shall we bring Todd up here? Shall we? Todd, where are you? Where are you? Come on, Todd. Don't be scared. Come on up. Give him a round of applause. Yes, Todd. Todd, come and join me. Come and join me in the center of our cloud.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you here, Todd. It's a great pleasure to be able to talking to you. I have a couple of questions for you, if I may.
Absolutely.
Is that all right?
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, right. I want you to tell me what part of the Trailblazer community has had the biggest impact on you?
Okay. Well, firstly, thanks for having me up here. Appreciate that, giving me the opportunity. I think it's clear that from the very first moment I joined my brother at Cadify, which is a Salesforce partner where we specialize in mobile solutions, is the people in this ecosystem are of a very particular breed, quite special. The first user group I went to, I was welcomed with huge open arms, and that's been the same at every event since. The people there I met were incredible. They'd go on to become future customers, future suppliers, future colleagues as well. And it was these awesome people that kind of gave me the confidence to start speaking at these user group events. They got me involved in events like London's Calling, which, if you haven't heard, is Europe's largest community-led Salesforce event. You should definitely come. Woo! It gave me the boost of confidence to create Shirtforce, which has raised lots of money for charity. And I think without the people
You're modeling one now, aren't you?
I'm modeling. This is a brand new one. Yeah. Sorry, Dave. GPT can't do that. Without the people in the community, I couldn't have done any of this, and I couldn't be where I am. And for all those people, I'm eternally grateful for their support. And I hope that I can be part of other people's journeys and help them on their way too. So yeah, people, the best thing for sure.
Why don't you come a little bit closer?
I forgot which letter to stand on.
It's all right, Todd. It's all. I got you. I've got one more question.
Yeah.
How are you thinking about the future of AI in the developer community?
I guess first, it's been mentioned before that it's all moving really quick, really fast, and I think it's going to be quite exciting that we're all here on this same journey, regardless of who you are around the table. For developers, I mean, there's an incredible amount of knowledge in the developer sphere, some really talented individuals, and I think what's going to be a great opportunity for the whole generative AI and AI in the broader scale is that the tooling that we're already using to stop us having to do the mundane tasks, the repetitive things, the trivial bits, that's just going to increase, and we'll have a lot more time to bring real value to the table. I think will give us more time to focus on future technology, our products, our customers, develop relationships with project managers and product managers. And I think it's really going to allow us to realize and maximize the potential of all the developers around the world.
Wonderful to hear you say that. Now, do you know what's going to happen next?
I'm going to say no.
Well, everybody, we like to recognize and honor special trailblazers that are leaders and pioneers within their community. And Todd, you are just that. And so to honor you, we would like to present you with something even sparklier than my top.
It's a lovely top.
That is a golden hoodie. It's a golden hoodie. Everyone give it up for Todd Halfpenny. Can we take a selfie? Can we take a selfie?
I'd love a selfie, thank you.
You ready? Come on, Todd. Get that sparkle here. Here we go. Thank you, Todd. Todd, please take a seat. Give a very big warm round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina.
I need to back me one of those. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous of all that jazz. Now, I told you at the start of this presentation that we believe that business is a platform for change. And as we navigate through these new changes ahead of us, the way that generative AI is going to impact business, it's going to impact our lives, it's going to impact the world, we really want to make sure that we can influence that for good, to make sure that we can drive trusted, outcomes. And for this reason, we are able to share that we are investing in the future of AI with the Generative AI Fund, and we've doubled that amount to $500 million, and we announced that at AI Day in New York City. So I just wanted to make sure that we all knew that here today. Our most interesting, our most recent investment is Typeface AI, so we're very excited about that. I should have said that when I announced that, but don't hold that against me. Now, I said your AI first journey starts here right now, so please do come back here at midday and hear all about our Service GPT capability, and come back also at 3 p.m. in this room to hear about our Sales GPT capability. And if you've got enough energy stored in and around that, then do make sure you explore our campground. You'll see some amazing innovations. You'll talk to our amazing partners and our ecosystem. And like I said before, if you miss anything, don't worry. You can catch it up on Salesforce Plus. And if that wasn't enough excitement, we are now able to share that Dreamforce registration is now open. So do scan that QR code there on the side, register for it. It's the 12th to the 14th of September. It will be an exciting opportunity. It'll be an exciting event. So do register and join up. And finally, I do want to thank you. I was right. You were the greatest. You are the greatest crowd. So HQ, watch and beware, because this is the liveliest crowd in the world. And I want to thank you for lending me your eyes and your ears. Thank you for listening to our keynote. Please do share any feedback. Of course, fill out the survey with that QR code. Share any feedback, because we want to learn. We want to get better for you. And so with that, I wish you the most fabulous day, the most inspiring day. Thank you.
Hey Trailblazers,